Light Years tells the story of a young man from Belarus, Vitali, who dreams of becoming an Orthodox priest. And that has been his dream since he was a child. And the film shows him in a very specific moment in life between him finishing his religious seminary and receiving his holy orders. But the specificity of the situation is that in the Orthodox Church he should be married before he becomes a priest. Otherwise he will have to live as a monk or in celibacy until the end of his life, which is not interesting for him. Like waiting for the changes to happen, he decides to move in with his best friend, who is his friend from the seminary, and with whom they create a very eccentric duo. Living together, they start creating a sort of microcosm, and this world absorbs them, and they are very singular in the way they treat their faith. So they are not very orthodox in their orthodoxy, I would say, and takes time for them to make these decisions and changes in life, because they don't exactly fit into the model. I would not say it's about religion. They even say something that, they say the words religion is a horrible thing, and when they say that, they believe that that's the sort of rules or circumstances that block them from really expressing and living their true faith.
W ogóle religia to jest straszna rzecz. A ja tobie chciał...
A z drugiej strony właśnie to jest straszne, bo to jest... No bo ja wiem, że to tak dobrze powiedzieć, że tam straszna rzecz. Może jedynym usprawiedliwieniem religii jest sztuka po prostu. W tym sensie, że sztuka powstaje z tego powodu w ogóle.
Ale to ja powiem więcej. Religia powstaje jako sztuka.
No tak, tylko że to jest przecież jakaś w ogóle naczelna zasada sztuki.
I just got intrigued by his story. Where did he come from? What is he doing here, being so different? And then when I met him personally and I talked to him, he told me his story, that he is going to become a priest, and he even told me that he feels that this is going to happen very, very soon. So I was very much attracted to this coming of age, this shift in his life, that he was going to transform from a young man into a priest. And that was the initial idea. But in the end, I understood that this is a state in which he just permanently lives, this being on the verge. So while filming, the topic shifted from change to the exact opposite. But I actually met him at a party through a mutual friend, and he was the star of the evening. He was singing and joking, and he was just being extremely charismatic. His background is Polish. He comes from a family with Polish roots, because he lives on the border of Belarus in a town called Brest. This used to be Poland before the war. So, for example, with his grandmother, he speaks Polish or switches between Russian and Polish. And at the core, they don't identify with Belarus, especially in the context of the political situation, because they are very individualistic and very free-thinking as the family. I would say they represent a frozen image of a Polish family from the beginning of the 20th century. Not exactly a modern a modern day Polish family. He says that he was blessed with a very long childhood, and he was given that by his wonderful family, his mother and aunt and grandmother, who play a very important role in his life, and they fueled his imagination and also his faith, and they shaped it the way it is now. His grandmother is the person also who brought him to church when he was a child, or actually a baby still. She was singing in the choir in the church, so he was taken with her to the church, and he was at the rehearsals, and he was experiencing mass through the music that he observed in the choir, and he also calls her like Odysseus, or he calls her the person who took him through a journey, and that's why she is so important to him. Well, both the protagonists, Vitali and Łukasz, very often say that they treat jokes very seriously, and this is that joking is their way of like seeing the world, observing the world, and deconstructing it, analyzing it, and this is so basic for them that I don't. It's not something I'm sure they will ever think of getting rid of. It's not for them. It's not possible to live outside of this. And so I'm sure they will never let it go, because it's just vital for them. Well, I think I just usually choose protagonists for whom play is essential. So I'm really attracted to it, and that's what I follow. I don't think I have ever worked with a protagonist that doesn't have a very deep sense of humor.